shit different. It's completely different. This is how it looks traveling through the Matrix right now, through Babylon. If you want to move through Babylon, you have to really be skillful. For any type of travel recommendations and tips, them say you can link Nikosi Baba and our guys. Be very careful. This is the end of the world and the start of a real life. So get prepared. Get to your safe zone as soon as possible. Get to higher ground. There's only one place to be, honestly. And I have to really be in that place, like utopia, like a utopia for I. You know what I mean? So, hey man, bye. You gotta be very, very skillful, man. Because your lower eye is there to pretty much derail you, to take you off of your trajectory. So everybody, I urge you, get to the higher ground. There's no time. It's the end of time, the end of the world. Bye. You can never live twice. No, you have to enjoy the ride. Yeah, shoot a love sign and cries. Watch over signs, cause it's all in your mind. Choose life. You can never live twice. No, you have to enjoy the ride. Yeah, shoot a love sign and cries. Watch over signs, cause it's all in your mind. Choose life.
Life is a road where we have to step on. I realize that your mind is the greatest weapon. Life we say. More life.
Choosing life is the first thing that I must do. You can feel my energy when I come through. Remember days when I was standing on corners. Now I'm out in the jungle with my shirt up. Gone wild like Tarzan. My girl have a twerk up. Ganja from Westmoreland. My girl wind up on me. This moment is a gift, that's why it's called present. In this thing called life, we better seek heaven. You can never live twice. No, you have to enjoy the ride. Yeah, shoot a love sign and cries. Watch over signs, cause it's all in your mind. Choose life. You can never live twice.
And hi everyone, Nikosi Baba is here again to share this present moment with I and I. You know, I'm full of thanks to all who are tuning in. All are welcome. Just come well. It's about to rain. So, as you guys been watching, as everyone that's been tuning in, this vlog was to show like as much as I can show of the movements through the Matrix at this point. And man, it's not even nothing to laugh or smile about actually. We're in a very different moment. So all who are preparing to make your exodus from any confusing, the light just turned on more. All who are getting ready to make a movement or to make an exit out of whatever cities or confusing locations that you're in, I want to just share with you right now, traveling is you got to be skillful. As I said in the previous clip, you have to be very skillful because the world and the powers that be, they have a lot of skills, you know, but you can be more skillful. In order to overcome the lower projection of oneself, you gotta be more wiser. You gotta see things many steps before it even grows into fruition. So to finalize this video though, I want to just share a couple of things that I noticed. And you know, Nikosi Baba will just tell you a couple of tips or recommendations while you're on your travel. Okay, first and foremost, I want to say now is the only time to get out while you can. There's no more time. There's going to be a second wave with this little virus. within this pandemic, and them a panic. So yeah, if you make moves now, cause everybody in Babylon a panic. Them a panic big time, you know. So right now is the time to really just take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You have to take care of yourself and just load the people them want to live them way there. Cause all of them a panic. Them a panic from this pandemic, you know. So right now, that's the first recommendation I would say. Get out right now. I didn't write down no list. I'm just really just sharing based on the different events that happened within this travel during the pandemic while them a panic. So, all right, next thing I would recommend is to create documentation of this so-called PCR test. And if you would like help or guidance on how to do that, link I. And you don't know, say I got angle that for you. I have all the details, so yeah, we're not gonna say too much about that. But you have to have documentation. You're not boarding no plane. You're not exiting any country or entering any country without proof of some kind of they call it a PCR test or some kind of swab. They are juking up people's nose, and there's ways to maneuver. So as I say, if you would like any information, yeah man, link me. Okay, the next thing, make sure all of your visa stamps are up to par. Make sure, because these countries are taking things a little bit more serious. Everyone's stepping up their border control some more. So traveling, if you thought traveling was hard before, you know, you see these ports, when you're entering ports, whether it's by sea, land, or air, it's literally an elemental port. Like you're going through a portal. You're literally going through a portal. And within all ports, for each port all, you got to be prepared for this travel, because things are in a different man, to be honest with you, words can't even explain what's going on right now. There's still nothing to be afraid of, though Nikosi Baba would just like to extend this recommendation that you gotta be prepared. If you really have in your heart, like, you know what, I'm done, I'm getting out of here, that's it, I'm finished with the world, I wanna go live somewhere far in the forest. I wanna go live in the forest, literally, like the forest jungle. I wanna live in the forest somewhere. If you're at that point in your mind space, you're at that mental point, then I really would like to extend this reminder that now is the time to really just prepare. Have all your documents in place. And if you don't have a passport, I got some links for that too. Reach out to me, whether you're in US or UK. Right now, you're gonna have to spend big money to get a passport. Big money, because they're even stopping the issuing of passports unless you got the right links and then you got enough, you know, these people want you to, you know. So know that this will not be easy. If you're expecting something easy, most that are expecting something easy, they won't even travel anyway. But if you're preparing yourself and you know it's going to be a mission, as I said, initially the first and most important thing is to get out now. The first wave is finished. Things are going to they're talking about some plague and this and that. Let's not get so caught up in that. Your focus must be, okay, what must I do to get where I'm hoping to go? That's the focus. Number two is make sure you have that PCR test, proof of that test, because you cannot enter or even exit a country without proof of this. They're going to start even doing mandatory vaccination. This is a part of the New World Order eugenics agenda. Be prepared. If you're not prepared, then you won't be paired. You won't be whole within yourself. That's what being prepared is about. It's a pre-pairing, like pairing, bringing two or more things together so it's solidified. You see what I'm saying? So the third thing, as I said, is making sure all your documents is in place. Documents as far as like passport, etc. And obviously your plane ticket, which is all incorporated within that. Number 4, I must say this. Make sure when you're booking your ticket, book it through the airline. Don't book through third-party organizations or travel companies at this point. Very imperative. You will lose out on your money. All travel agents and Expedia, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to drop names for copyright purposes, or I don't want to infringe on nobody's endeavors. So use airlines when booking a ticket. Any of the major airlines you can think of. Go on their website. You have to be, if you're serious, you'll make this happen. If you're not serious, you'll make complaints. So that's 4 things so far. Before I finish, let me think. Also, you're not able to travel with as much bags. They're limiting it now to actually like 3 bags a person. I think you can only pay for an extra bag, depending on the airline. So don't quote me on that, because that varies depending on the airline. Some airlines may be less, some may be more. But according to the airlines that I dealt with, which I won't disclose through this, for reasons that are obvious, you know, and being cited by different agents. So maybe you can travel with 3 to 4 bags. Either way, it's not the same though. You can't just go travel with 10 luggage bags no more, even if you're paying. So that's something to bear in mind. And I feel like the first 4 I said is the most important. Everything else would kind of be something you can figure out yourself. So keep in mind those 4 things. Thank you guys. Thanks to all who tuned in. I'm moving away from saying the word you so much. Thanks to all who tuned in to I. And I must keep on growing forward. We are full of thanks for life. Maisha Zaidi. I. Sigo.